Got any of Bill Sanderson's money in that box?
I reckon it's all his.
Then throw it out.
Don't get excited. All we want out of that box is Sanderson's money.
Bill Sanderson's cattle?
You guessed it.
Then we're taking them. That thieving Sanderson won't have one head left when we're through.
I tell you, Sheriff, it's Tim Mulray's behind these raids. Him and his men are holed out somewhere in the hills beyond Mesquite Flats. And it's up to you to bring them in before they run everyone out of the valley.
I don't think the rest of the valley's in much danger, Sanderson. I ain't heard of anyone being molested except you.
That's enough, ain't it? He's raided me and stampeded my cattle till I'm all but broke.
You got a pretty good idea of why he done it, ain't you?
It makes no difference why he's done it. He's an outlaw, and it's your duty to bring him in.
I know my duty as well as you, Sanderson. Strictly speaking, this Mallory is an outlaw, and I'm going after him. And what's more, I'm going to do all I can to get him. But just between you and me, it won't hurt my feelings none if he gets away.
Haven't you located that bullet yet? Oh, you make more fuss about one bullet than any man I ever knew. Not a posse. One man. Slim, get out there in the rocks and cover him as he comes in. There you are. Now, aren't you ashamed of yourself making a fuss about a little thing like that? Here, put that in your watch chain.
Sheriff's on his way out with a posse.
You sure of that?
I was in town when they left. They're not more than 20 minutes behind me.
Well, that's just about 15 minutes more than we need.
We can stop that far and we're trapped to that posse.
Yes, we could, but we're not going to. The sheriff's a white man, so are some of the rest of us. Well, boys, it's about time we scattered. Get to your horses.
Hey, Bob. I know a couple of payroll jobs that'd be a cinch if we'd all just stick together.
Well, that's Bob. We done everything we started out to do. We got all the money back that Sanderson stole, didn't we?
Yeah, I know, but we can't
Well,
stop.
that's that. Tim says we're splitting up for good. And you know, Tim's boss.
Did you find out anything about the kid?
Yeah, it was a tough job, but I finally located him.
Where is he?
He's got a job in Lorenzo.
Thanks, Curly. I'm heading for there.
You're not going with you?
No, boy. I think it's best if we all travel alone from now on. So long, Curly.
So long, Tim.
I ain't been with you long, boss, but I like the way you work.
Yeah?
Yeah. Figured me and you could go a long ways together. I know a job we could do right off. Mining company payroll and only one man to handle.
Guess you got me figured wrong, Cash.
Oh, this is a cinch. The two of us together, we wouldn't...
Thanks, Cash. But I've got a job of my own to look after. It only needs one man. So long, Cash.
Well, if you ever change your mind, look me up.
Thanks. All right, fellas. Come on, scatter out.
What are you doing here?
Nothing yet. Why?
Well, that job I was telling about, it's all set. Ain't too late to cut in on it yet.
I told you once before that...
Don't say no to me till you hear the setup. The payroll's going to Gold Land Mine in the morning. One messenger's going over the canyon trail with a dummy package. But the real money goes over the ridge with only one man guarding it.
The night I split from you in camp, I split for good. The only thing I can't understand is how I ever let you join in with me in the first place. Say, I'm looking for a fellow by the name of Chuck Adams. You know him?
A boy about 19 or 20?
Yeah.
A sort of a scrawny-looking kid, mostly all hands and feet and a grin.
Sounds like him. Where'll I find him?
Well, if he's through breakfast, you'll find him down here at Rutledge's mine office.
Thanks.
Good morning. Who do you wish to see?
Well, I wanted to see you, Chuck, but if you're too busy, I'll come back later.
Tim Mallory! Gee, I'm glad to see you.
And I'm glad to see you, Chuck. But boy, how you've sprouted up since the last time I saw you. Why, you weren't over that. What are you doing on this range?
Working. I've only been here a month, but I got promoted already.
Good boy. Do you like your job?
Sure. Why?
Well, because in case you didn't, you wouldn't have to work anymore for a while.
Not work anymore? What do you mean?
I spent a year trying to convince the law that Sanderson was the man that killed your father. Wasn't any use because he covered his tracks too well. So I decided if the law wouldn't do anything about it, I'd have to. So I did, with the help of Curly and some of the boys.
Well, what did you do? You didn't...
No. Sanderson isn't dead, if that's what you mean. But he's broke. That's worse than being dead for Sanderson. In the last year, I've collected every dollar he stole from your dad. It's all on deposit right here in the bank. In your name. Now I feel as though I'm about half square with your dad for all he did for me.
Gee, Tim, I don't know what to say.
Well, don't say anything. It isn't necessary. By the way, here's something else. It belonged to your father. I kept it because I thought you might get hungry sometime and sell it.
Is it that late already?
Yes, I guess it must be. What?
Well, I got an important job on hand.
What is it?
Well, Rutledge told me I could carry the payroll up to the mine today.
He's going to let you take that payroll up there? Alone?
Sure, and if I make good, he said I can keep the job. That's the promotion I was telling you about.
Oh. You're going to take the ridge trail, eh?
No, he's sending me up the canyon. But I don't see why. It's twice as long. And orders are orders.
That's right. Well, you've got to be on your way.
Oh, yeah, I got to saddle up. Thanks, Tim.
Cash.
Passed up a good haul, Tim. Rutledge, the mine owner, was carrying this money himself.
That's a tough break for you, Cash. But I've got to have that payroll. Hand it up here. Keep your hands in the air. Now turn your back and come over here. There were 2 sacks, weren't there?
Well, I give you your half. Ain't that enough?
I'm not taking this for myself, so I've got to have it all. Hand that other sack over here. Now get on your horse and ride back over the ridge. Chuck, what happened?
Oh, Tim. 3 men jumped me. I tried to drop, but I was too slow. I reckon I'm done for. Ain't I, Tim?
No, Chuck, you're all right. You're going to be all right in no time. You're not hit hard.
You know who they were? I think it was Hauger and his bunch from Golan. But they didn't get the money. I was only carrying a dummy package. Rutledge didn't trust me after all.
But Rutledge was robbed. I met the man that robbed him. Took the money away from him, was taking it to you so you could carry it through. I thought we could frame the story to tell Rutledge how you got it.
Don't bother, Tim. I know it's no use. I'd rather you'd roll me a smoke. And I got this for carrying a dummy package.
How do?
I do.
Is Mr. Rutledge in?
No, he isn't. Is there anything I can do for you? I'm his daughter.
Oh. Will you know the combination to that safe? I don't want anything that's in it. I just wanted to put these inside for safekeeping.
Well, what is it?
It's the payroll for the mine.
But how did you get it? Father said it was stolen.
It was. Young Chuck Adams was killed in the robbery.
Chuck dead? Oh, it can't be. Does Father know?
No, but I'll tell him when I see him. Just now I have something to attend to. Oh, by the way, if a man named Hauger were in town, where would I be able to find him?
Well, probably in the saloon up the street.
Thanks.
What do you have?
A little information. Is there a man in here named Hauger?
I haven't seen him today. There's some of his friends from Goldland.
First the cheeks, please. Have a chair, senor. There's plenty lucky. I just lost my shirt. Won't you join us?
No. What's your limit?
Oh, $100 change in.
Fair enough.
This makes 3 payrolls in a row that I've lost, and what have you done about it? Nothing.
What can I do about it? I know it's the work of that Golan gang, but I can't prove it.
So why don't you send a deputy up there that'll clean them out?
2 deputies were killed last month, and I can't find anybody to take the job. I'd go up myself if I had the time.
You mean if you had the nerve? Sheriff, if this thing continues, I...
A man just came into the office and gave me the payroll for the mine.
What? Where'd he get it?
Well, he said that Chuck had been killed on his way to Golden.
Chuck killed? Where is the fellow that told you all this?
Well, he went over to the saloon looking for Mr. Hauger.
Hauger? Is he a friend of that crook?
I don't think so. He didn't seem to know him.
Come on, Jordan. Let's go and find this fella.
All right. To the gamblers.
Well, I'll be honest and take 2.
3. Lee will take 1. Sometimes I fill these inside straights.
Hauger been in here today?
No, but he must be due here. There's another fellow in here waiting for him.
Which one?
One with a gray shirt.
It's your bet. That looks like you want me to play a hand for you. My hand looks like $50 for a starter.
I'll just make you a little side bet that you've got a small set of 4s.
The money's on the table. Shove it in if you want to gamble.
I never bet when I know I'm whipped. I'm discarding an ace full. Because I don't like the way you deal cards. Now put your hands on the table. Don't ever play poker again when I'm around.
I won't forget this.
You sure you don't?
That was a nervy play you just made, stranger.
Might have been with some men.
How well do you know that fellow Drage?
About as well as I care to.
He doesn't usually back down like that.
There's always the first time.
If you're the man I think you are, I'd like to have a talk with you.
About what?
My name is Rutledge, and this is Sheriff Jordan.
All right.
Oh, I see. You've been talking to your daughter?
And that's what I'd like to talk to you about. Would you mind stepping over to the office?
Certainly.
I'd rather have lost a dozen payrolls than had that happen to Chuck. It's awful that he should lose his life protecting a worthless package like that.
We felt the same way about it.
Jordan. This is the last straw. Either you get some men to clean up that gang at Goldman, or I'll find a way to get a sheriff that will.
I'm not sure that'll be necessary, Mr. Rutledge.
What do you mean, Mallory?
Chuck Adams was a sort of ward of mine. I'm on my way to Golden right now.
You mean that you're going up against Hauger's gang alone?
I'll more or less have to do it alone. But there's only one of me.
You might be able to get away with it at that. Sheriff, here's the deputy that you've been looking for.
What?
Why not? If you're going there anyway, you might as well have the backing of the law.
Well, that'd be a new part for me to be playing, but doesn't seem like such a bad idea after all.
Well, you understand I ain't urging you to take the job, don't you?
I don't think that he'll need any urging.
Well, if he wants to go, it's his funeral, not mine.
Well, it might be most anybody's funeral, if you ask me.
All right, sir. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear I will faithfully discharge the duties of a deputy sheriff.
I do solemnly swear that I will faithfully discharge the duties of a deputy sheriff.
There's your badge, sir.
Can I get room and board here?
Oh, deputy sheriff, eh? Well, sir, I'm going to have to get my pay in a week in advance from you deputies.
What's the matter? Are you afraid I'll jump my bill?
Oh, I ain't insinuating that, mister. But generally a deputy don't last a week out. He's either planted in Boot Hill or chased away, and either way I lose.
So you don't want to take a chance on me, is that it?
Well, I bet on horses and cars, but never on deputies. Deputies were too uncertain.
Well, I'll see that you don't lose your money.
Well, all right. I guess I can take a chance on you, mister. I got a nice room on the upper floor, right in front of the building.
Anybody tell you to give me that room?
No, sir, and there ain't anyone going to find out. I'm betting on you, you know.
All right, let's look at the room.
The deputy's in town.
Well, he's not the first.
No, but I reckon we're going to have trouble with this one.
What makes you think that?
The pay he pulled on Drage in Lorenzo.
Oh, he must have caught Drage off guard anyway. Drage is a fool to try to get away with anything like that over there.
I thought I told you to keep out of sight.
You did, but
I want to size up this new deputy, and I don't want you to interfere.
All right.
Maybe he's come to follow up the shooting of that mine messenger. So we'll just lay low and find out what he knows.
Now, if I could just get room and board for my horse, it'd be all right.
I'll see he gets good care of every stable.
Where would I be apt to find a man named Hauger?
Why, over in the palace. Biggest saloon and gambling house in town. But don't you be going there.
Why?
It ain't healthy for deputies.
I'll take care of my health.
He's come right here to the palace. I'm in here.
Well, you'd better get out. You'll get your chance at him later.
All right. I judge by the badge that you're the new deputy we've been expecting.
Right?
My name is Prince. I own this place.
I guessed as much.
I should think that sheriff would get tired of sending new deputies out here.
I think he does. But he probably wants the place tame.
Do you entertain it?
Would you have any serious objections?
I know. Why should I have any objections?
I don't know. I was merely asking. I've heard a lot around here of a man named Hauger. Does he happen to be in the place now? I'm Hauger. You got anything to say? Come on out with it. But you came here to say something, Deputy. You lose your nerve? Maybe you just came here to warn us to change our ways. Or else maybe to tell us that you're going to run the town from now on. You've guessed it all, Hauger.
Why didn't you shoot him?
He's got nerve. He turned his back. I couldn't shoot a man like that in the back.
You ain't figuring on locking somebody up in there, are you, Mr. Mallory?
Maybe. At least it'll keep them from going inside to try to steal something.
Happened, Joyce?
I don't know what happened, Dad.
Mallory, it looks like you lead a charmed life.
I was pretty lucky, but I wouldn't have been if it hadn't been for your daughter. Sometime I'd like to try to thank you.
Why not let me in on the secret and come out to the house to supper tonight?
I think I'd like that. Thanks.
That deputy sheriff thinks he's got this town corralled.
Seems like he has, the way everybody's doing what he says.
This is a great view you have from here, Mr. Rutledge.
Yes, isn't it? Fact is, that's why I built the place up here. Now that you've got Mallory where he can't get away from you, why don't you tell him some of the things you've been telling me? She's been scolding me all afternoon for bringing you in here to tame this town.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I thought I was doing pretty well for a beginner.
Oh, I didn't mean it that way. I meant that this town is too much for one man to handle alone.
Well, maybe it's like it was down in Texas one time with old Captain McDonald. They had a riot in the town and they put in a hurry call for rangers. When Cap arrived, they said, what? They only send one ranger? Cap said, well, there's only one riot, ain't they?
Well, you can joke like that if you want to. But you won't always be as lucky as you were this afternoon.
That's right. For one thing, you're expected to be at the social on Wednesday night and make a speech.
I make a speech?
Yes.
I'll resign first.
Well, that sounds good.
Shall we go in?
a great satisfaction to me, and it surely must be to you, to see how our little city is being cleaned of our rougher element. Here.
You fellas better hurry up if you're going to that social.
That's right. Come on, Hugh, drink up. How are you going to play that fiddle unless you get oiled?
Yes. Just a cake.
And for this wonderful condition, we must thank our new deputy sheriff. It is getting to be a pleasure to live in Goldland. It will soon be one big, happy family. Hi, folks. It will soon be one big, happy family of the brotherly love. All right, folks.
Hail, the gang's all here. Hail, the gang's all here.
How about you and me, Miss?
No, I think not.
Oh, come on, I won't hurt you.
You heard what my daughter said.
Come. You mustn't interrupt our meeting. We were just about to have our repast.
Repast? You mean eat? Ray, boy, we eat.
Everybody have a good time.
Henry, are you going to let him do that to my cake?
Here. You mustn't do that.
No? Well, here it is.
What are you doing with that gun on you? Leave it alone. I'll take it. Now we'll begin by taking up a little collection to pay for this damage. Deacon, you'll pass the hat. You'll find these fellows are just waiting to donate. Come on, dig down. We're taking no nickels or dimes. Thanks. I'm just going to fine you $10 more for packing this gun.
Would you do something for me?
It'll be pretty hard for you to ask anything I wouldn't do.
Go away, please.
Certainly, if you want me to.
No, I don't mean that. I meant go away from Goldland before it's too late.
You don't really mean that.
Oh, yes, I do. I know this town and the men that are in it. And it's only a question of time until... Oh, Tim, you must go away, please.
Joyce,
My father and Chuck Adams' father laid down their lives fighting to make this part of the country safe for people like you. Why, even Chuck went out the same way. Just a half-grown, skinny boy. I'd rather die than quit. That fight's ours now, and we can't desert just because it's dangerous, can we?
No, we can't. That's just what I wanted you to say. But I am afraid, Tim.
If you want my opinion, Hauger, you waited just a little too long to declare war on this deputy. He's got things just about sewed up here.
He sure has. Another couple of weeks and this town will be fit to live in.
At my way, I start gunning for him the first week. Everything be over now.
You got so much nerve, why don't you look him up now? You know where he lives, and you've got a gun.
Too late now, huh?
He's right. Mallory's got this town half organized. If anything's happened to them now, they'd be down like a swarm of bees.
Are you fellas running this spread, or am I?
You are.
Of course. Then let me do it. I'll find a way to get him in wrong with his psalm-singing friends, and we'll let them run him out of town for us.
Sounds good, but I don't see how you're going to...
Krantz, I suppose you know it was payday at the mines today.
Sure.
By some accident, the payroll got through. That means there'll be miners in town tonight with a lot of money to spend. They want to drink and gamble, that's their business. But I don't want any complaints from miners that have been robbed. Great, what I told you about playing cards still goes.
Hi, Mallory.
What are you doing up here, Cash?
Heard there's a lot of loose money around. I thought I'd get my share. What are you doing hiding behind that badge?
I'm not hiding behind it. It means just what it says.
You're not expecting me to believe all that, are you?
I'd advise you to. If you're going inside, check your guns with the bartender.
Hello, Cash. Well, when'd you get in? Just now. What did right-hand mean by that talk about being a deputy?
Just what he said, I guess. This town has changed hands lately. Why, do you know him?
I hope to tell you I know him. When I rode with him, he wasn't on the law side.
You don't mean he's wanted, do you?
And how he's wanted. I could tell plenty.
I've got an idea that Mr. Mallory will be leaving town soon. When he comes in tonight, I want you to be playing cards.
It's me playing cards and you start to...
Yeah, he'll start plenty, but we'll finish it with the help of his own good friends. Come on, let's have a drink.
All right.
Ends are going, man. There's miles of home coming out for fire. Snake eyes and a house wind. Next man.
Keep your eye on the indicator, man. That's the only way you can tell whether you win or lose. There's a winner every time, no blank.
Round and round the little ball goes. Where she stops, nobody knows. Get your bet down, man. You can't swing with him one in your hand.
Here you are, gentlemen.
I feel heavy cards falling, men. I speak to this spot in advance. What do you do?
I'll open it for $10.
Okay. Cost you $50 to see this hand.
It isn't going to cost them anything to see your hand, Rage. If you haven't got a small set of 4s, I'll eat the pack. Turn it over. You've probably got a pretty high full house, haven't you? I've seen him make this play before. Get on your feet. Sit still the rest of it. I'll take care of this. I thought I told you never to play cards when I'm around. Now get out of town.
Now get out of town and don't bother to come back. What's the idea of running that man out of town, Mallory?
There's no room here for card sharps.
You're a fine one to object to a little thing like that.
I don't like the sound of that, Hauger. I think you do for a little explaining.
All right, since you're itching for it. I've just found out that our high and mighty deputy that objects to a little thing like card playing is nothing but an outlaw, wanted by the sheriff.
Why, you...
Better take his gun before he gets himself hurt.
What's this all about?
I think you'd better tell the rest of the story, Cash.
Mr. Hargett is right. A short time ago, Tim Mallory was leader of a gang of rustlers, road agents and bank robbers.
I don't believe it.
Well, if you don't believe it, write to the sheriff of Boulder Creek.
Tell them it isn't true, Tim. We all trust you, and we'll believe you.
I could deny it to the rest of the world, but I don't think I could ever lie to you.
You mean it's true?
Hasn't he admitted it? Do we want this self-confessed outlaw to run the morals of our town?
Of course I don't.
It's your town, and you people are the bosses. Shall we give him 5 minutes to find his horse and leave?
Run him out of town.
You heard what they said, Mallory. You've got until 10:30 to be on your way.
What?
I guess the only thing to do now is to lock him up in his own jail till he comes to. If anybody's thirsty, the drinks are on me.
Queen is high. Your bet.
All right, Pat. Fair queen, 5 blues.
Take one more card. Joyce!
I brought you a horse. There's a gun in the saddle in case you need it. Tim, you can't go back there.
I've got to finish the job that brought me here before I can leave.
Finish the job? What do you mean?
I just found out tonight who killed Chuck Adams.
Where'd it happen? Up in the card room.
So much the better. When he goes now, he'll go out feet first. Well, I'm leaving. I'll pass the deal. Heal me off this hand. I have a little important business to attend to.
Get over in the middle of the room, all of you, where I can watch you. Keep your seats, everybody. I've got no quarrel with any of you, but you asked for it. What are you here for? I've got a personal matter to settle with Hauger. I want you to all keep out until it's finished. Where is it?
Here I am, Mallory. What do you want with me?
A few weeks ago, a kid friend of mine was killed. The man that murdered him took his watch.
How does that concern me?
Tonight I saw that watch in your hand. It's easy to identify. It has the name of Charles Adams engraved inside the case.
If this is the watch you mean, there's no name engraved in it.
That's something I'd have to see for myself.
If you want to see it, come and get it.
I've waited a long time for that invitation, Hauger.
All right, Mallory. You win. I'll meet you halfway.
You'll find that watch engraved, like I said. Now that I've finished what I came to this town to do, I'll be leaving.
Mallory, there's no reason for you. We need a sheriff here we can trust. The townspeople are all back of me, and we want this place cleaned up.
You mean you still want me to stay here and enforce the law?
Yes, we do.
Will you give me authority to make any arrest?
Certainly.
Then I arrest you for assisting in a jailbreak. And you're going to get life for this young lady.